tell us a little bit about, Young Life and, if someone's interested in it, I guess they could volunteer.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, it started with a prayer.
That's a good place to start.
It started with a prayer. There was an elderly woman and her friends, and they saw that there was a high school across the street from their church, and they knew that those kids were never going to darken the door of the church. And they started praying for those kids.
Never going to.
And this was back in the 1940s. There was a young man that had just graduated from Dallas Seminary. His name was Jim Rayburn. Okay. And so he asked, Lord, what do you want me to do? Well, these women had prayed and convinced the pastor to hire someone to reach those kids. And so the church, this was in Gainesville, Texas in the 1940s, and they called Jim to come. And he says, so where are the kids at? And the pastor walked over to the window and opened the curtain back, and he said, you see that high school over there?
I love it. Yeah,
that's where they're at. And I want you to figure out
how to get them.
Yeah. And that was the beginning of Young Life. And Jim did. He went over there and just started hanging out at football practice and helping with different things around the school and made friends with the kids. And I'm sure they wondered, it's kind of like they wonder about me. And I'm over at the middle school and they're like, what is an old guy like you doing here?
Sure.
It probably you're up to no good or something,
right. Yeah.
And
you're on a list.
Yeah. And they watch you real careful.
Yeah.
And so I just try to be as transparent as possible. And I think most Young Life leaders, if I can speak for them, we're in 110 countries now. And so they're Young Life leaders right now in the Ukraine and in Russia and in South Africa and in Vietnam and just countries all over the world, Morocco, Turkey, European countries, all over.
Young Life's a global ministry.
It's a global ministry because there are kids everywhere who don't know the Lord and will respond to a caring adult.